Hi, sugar babies. Hello. We are back for our 2023 prediction series. We're going month by month. And right now we are here looking at June. Just going to take a look ahead at what kind of themes we're going to be dealing with for the month of June. And I like to do these month by month looks ahead of the year, at the beginning of the year, because it gives me sort of like an outline or a story arc of the general broad strokes of what I'm going to be kind of coming up against or having, support me throughout the year. And I always thought that was helpful. So I did this playlist last year and I found it to be very helpful. And so I am back again at it. And so now we are here for June. So let's just jump in. Ooh, okay, the offering. I like that because it sort of follows last month, which was in May. We were, I think, coming up against some conflict where we were in an initiation where we have to claim ourselves and our goal and our purpose and our dream, and we're pushing through resistance. And so to me, the offering is like us doubling down in our belief in our connection with our why and our sense of purpose and our sense of passion and love and what we're doing and why we're doing it and what we're doing it for. We're here to be an expression of the Creator through our life. And so, our offering is how we bring that uniqueness to the world. And so it's like, how much are you going to give of yourself to that? How much skin are you going to put in the game? How much are you going to lay on the line? It's like, turkey, the meaning of turkey is you get out of something what you put in it. Come harvest time, you will have as fat of a turkey as you nurtured, right? So what are you offering? What are you offering up to Source? Also in June, we're coming out of the time of the Omar, where we are, going through the fire of letting go of addictions, of strongholds in our lives. And so part of that, is in the offering. It's like, what negativity are we going to let go of that is going to open up all of this potential that has been waiting, to find shape and form. And so, yeah, I think it's asking us what we're going to be offering. But let us just touch base with that. Okay, the offering, the gift, the present, the sacrifice. Unlike many of the other cards in the deck, the offering carries a clear as day message and a call to action. As you may have guessed, it is time for something to be given and given up. Ooh, okay, we're on it. For the sake of the bigger picture. If nothing comes to mind immediately, though it's likely it will, take some time in meditation to consider what is being offered and who is to receive it. It's likely you'll feel attachment and hesitancy. You'll make excuses, but recognize the link between the word sacrifice and the word sacred. One leads to the other. When we offer up something to the greater good, we lighten our load and become more able to serve. Imagine for a moment if you were to offer your whole self unconditionally to the world. For now, start small. Yeah, see, it is just like whatever we can offload so that we're clearer, more open channels for the light of the Creator to shine through and to deliver our offering to the world. But in order to even give the gift we've been given, we have to offer ourselves, we have to break our flesh. We have to put elbow grease in, When light, generosity, donation, volunteering. When dark, giving with expectations, keeping track. Go deeper with Odin's sacrifice of his eye in Norse mythology. Odin was praying for his people, the protection of his people, and he gave up his own eye as a sacrifice. I think that's the story. I may be wrong, but I think that's what it is. Once a week, Gandhi gave up speaking for a day, offering himself to divine silence. The offering can come in all shapes and sizes. If there is a gift you've been thinking of giving someone special, now is the time. And, you know, at the end of May, the conflict seemed like someone was going to offer an apology. Just spit out everywhere. So maybe someone's going to offer you an apology, or maybe you need to offer someone an apology, or maybe you need to be in a mutual receiving and giving of, you know, offering the spirit of generosity. All right, let's see what goddess energy we can work with. What goddess archetype wisdom is going to be our best helper throughout June? Ooh, Hecate, the in-between. 19, that's my birthday. So Hecate is the goddess of the moon. She is the triple form and the feminine, divine feminine expression of maiden, mother, and crone. And so she's also like a guardian and keeper of the liminal space, particularly that of the astral realm, because she is the ruler or associated with the moon. The moon is associated with the sacral chakra, with Yasod in the Tree of Life. So that is where like the in-between the spiritual and the material world are. And so it's interesting, we're going to be working in a state of limbo. We're not going to be quite in one phase yet, and we're not quite out of another phase yet. And so we're going to have to find the magic there. And so when the veil is thin, so your dreams might be stronger in June. Your magic for manifesting might be stronger in June. I would definitely, if you're not already like working with the moon cycles and paying attention to them, I would start doing that, but definitely be doing that in June. Pay attention to your dreams and your like visions of things, like your psychic hits. They might be enhanced. Let's read Goddess Power Oracle for Hecate. For like this particular month by month for the year reading, I always like to use this combination of cards, but they're not cards that I use a lot during the year, so I always like to also read when I feel like I should, to be sure there's nothing important that I'm missing. Okay. You are standing in the liminal spaces between what was and what will be, who you have been and who you are becoming. The Greek goddess of crossroads and the in-between. Hecate welcomes you to her domain and reminds you that neither place is your home. You're being tasked to carefully choose the direction of your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and actions. So we might be at a crossroads. So remember to go slow, to pause, to observe, to feel, to observe those feelings, but don't let anything own you or master you. You're self-mastered. You're like the creator. You're certain. You're the cause. You're having affinity with the light by practicing cause consciousness. So you are tuning in and connecting with God during this time in peace, stillness, quiet, and certainty, even amidst the uncertainty. And you're choosing the truth that you are held and guided. So choose positive expectations. You're being tasked to carefully choose the direction of your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and actions. Now is not the time for hasty action or stubbornness, but fierce self-inventory. Bless the past for what it has provided and release all attachments to the story of what was. Now is the time to understand the responsibilities required of you as you move forward into a new version of yourself that is not yet, or that is as yet unformed. Who do you want to become? What kind of life are you prepared to live? And how will you wisely yield your power to co-create a new world, beneficial for others and not just yourself? You have the magic of Hecate pulsing through you and calling you to answer. Say yes and step into the unknown to discover what is yet to manifest. As soon as you do, the goddess Hecate will bring her eternal torch to light your way. So I'm just feeling like over the course of April and May, and then probably like maybe culminating in June, I think we're going to be in a situation where we could easily return to our old stories, our old default settings, and then find ourselves repeating old patterns and old cycles again. But it's not settled yet, right? There's the potential for that to happen, but that's why we need to go slow. We need to be intentional. We need to have these conversations. And so we're being asked right now, we're being strongly urged to not go down the same roads again and again, to not look back to the past, but to really move forward, right? To be very intentional on what you're creating and what you're bringing forward into the reality that you're creating with Source. So take your time, be honest, and it might be difficult. You may have to make decisions that are difficult to make, but I think that they're going to be for your greatest good. And it's part of this initiation, it's part of the offering, right? You may have to give up something that you had kind of hoped for, but something else will come and replace it, right? Anytime we put our energy into something and it doesn't work out the way that we had hoped, or it seems to go off topsy-turvy, because other people in the situation, in any given situation, they have free will as well. So when things fall through, all of the earnest investment and the faith and the hope and the love that you put in something is set aside for you, and it will come to you, will come back in the form of another vessel. That's why it's important for us to learn how to connect with the fulfillment of the light, not the vessel. The vessel can switch out at any time, and that does not shake us at our core if we know that the core of what we're connecting with is the light. Whatever we're reaching for, whether it be a job, whether it be an opportunity, a friend, a person, acknowledgement, validation, healing, whatever it is, what we really want is the fulfillment of the light. And when we understand how to connect with that without any vessel to bring it to us, then we're completely surrendered and released, which opens us up to receiving the vessel, right? Because it doesn't own us anymore. There's no process needed. It's like it's safe for us to have that. We won't be changed by it for good or for bad, we won't be overly aggrandized. We won't be ruined. Okay, what's next? Let's see what our animal spirit messenger is here to tell us for the month. Ooh. Oh my goodness, the cosmic egg. I love this. So this is like, the cosmic egg is unity. It's oneness. It's fulfillment in the light. It's that moment where, you see, the light is already in a perfect state of wholeness and fulfillment, right? The light is one with everything. The light is what makes everything, right? And we are one with the light, and we are one with everything. The only thing that makes us separate is our consciousness. And our awareness and our subconscious and the veil that is drawn over the full knowing and experience of the truth, of the fullness of this connection, of this oneness. And so we have these glimpses of this, right? When we feel held, when we feel trust, when we feel that trust as we're giving the offering, right? Man, nothing feels better than taking a risk when you feel solid about it, certain, secure, but not because there's any guarantees. It's still scary as hell, but you just know that you're taken care of. That is the cosmic egg. It's the completion of the process of having to learn something over and over again. It's like you've gotten this awareness and this enlightenment and this fulfillment in this moment. And it doesn't last. We can't stay in that forever, but we hold on to those in our memory, right? And we ground it down in our being. And that's what helps us up level and solidify that up level at every step. So this is like that eternity, right? The eternalness of being unwavering, steadfast, steady. The light is the cause, right? It's not the effect of anything. Nothing can change the light. Nothing can alter the light. The light is always emanating in fullness and radiance. And the only thing that changes is our ability to open up and connect with it more fully, because we are affected. But when we stop being affected by things, when we can start choosing and making a discipline of building those trust muscles and that certainty so much that you become like the creator, you become solid, you become still, you're so certain that you're not swinging back and forth on the pendulum of up and down, high and low, scared and certain, like sad and happy. It's like you're in this state of peace and goodness and plenty and joy. And even as the surface waters, they get choppy, you get sad and scared and moments come and go, but your core is solid and it's unmoving and it's unchanging, right? Be still and know that I am God. That is this. Arriving at that golden egg of knowing that everything is God. We can be still in that. And the moment that we are still and certain in it, then there's no need for the process of having to face the demons, because we've just transcended them. So that's very, very exciting. Cosmic gifts. Big time. Big time. Very exciting. I want to read Cosmic Egg. Might as well. We're already on a roll. Completion. Harmony. The infinite within the finite. The cosmic egg is the final card in the journey of the animal spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. If our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but does not end. The cosmic egg in the 7th chakra. The subtle essence of the cosmic egg resides at the crown chakra, at the top of the head, called Sahasrara. One of the aims of yoga and meditation practice is to channel energy from the base of the spine toward Sahasrara. Each of the 6 lower chakras plays an important role along this journey. And once the final epicenter of consciousness is activated, it is said to radiate the light of 1,000,000 suns. She's illuminated as well. I think it's interesting. I feel like this is also the divine feminine within us being activated in June. And which is the power of receiving. You can't be in the state of giving and doing and sharing and at the state of receiving at the same time. Okay, we need 4 cards to just give us some insight. Let's the details. Ooh, Queen of Wands. We're gonna feel very charismatic. We're gonna feel on fire. We're gonna feel very passionate this month in June. And other people are gonna see us as very charismatic, very attractive, very much like in control of our world, on top of our shit. Like the Queen of Wands is like super charming and attractive. They've got their shit going on. They're like in their moment of like power and success, and it's like all eyes are on them. Everybody's happy around them. They're charismatic. They're having fun. They're able to like do all these things and meet all these goals, but still like balance their social life and like their relationships and their inner world. So it's just that woman or that feminine energy, that cosmic egg, Hecate. It's like this feminine energy, that divine feminine is on fire this month, right? So be open to receiving. Give yourself that feminine energy of stillness, of letting things in, of receiving, and even do like meditations on opening as the vessel to receive, right? We then have Justice. This is like we're finding balance. Whatever the hairiness of April and May that came out, I think that the whatever is going to play out is going to come to a peace in our favor. Maybe the other party will see where we were coming from. Either way, Justice card comes up. It means there's going to be a decision, and it's like you're being looked upon favorably. This is also about things being imbalanced, and also having like justice in your kingdom means that like all is well, everything is taken care of, all is in order, and there's enough to go around, right? The Hebrew way of defining justice is when there's enough for everyone. Okay. What else do we need to know? Ooh, Judgment. Okay, well, we've seen the light. Wow. Ha. Ay, ay, ay. You guys. Okay, so we have, I'm like losing my voice. I'm just getting over a cold. This is February right now. And I've been coughing so much. And so I'm like losing my voice. So we got Judgment followed by the Sun. We're like, it's raining at major arcana cards. That means big epiphanies, big changes within us that are going to be major life-changing moments in the way that we experience and perceive the world and our consciousness. But also I think that like our outer world is going to change because of it too, in a good way. When we get the Judgment card, it means that like we've seen the light, like it's the judgment call time. It's a call to action, but it's also a moment where we've had that awakening and we're like, oh, I see it all so clearly now. The people are like raised from the dead, and they're looking at Archangel Gabriel, who's bringing the message of truth, redemption, salvation. And the Sun is illumination, right? We just talked about the Sun, the illumination of 1,000 suns. It's renewal, it's rebirth, it's, we've just been raised from the dead. Now we're really being reborn all over again with this new illumination, with this new mindset, with this new energy, a whole new world is upon us. We're leaving these blocks from the past behind us, right? We're going forward, free, unencumbered of past conditioning, right? This naked baby is, well, it's usually a naked baby, but not in this deck. But in traditional tarot, it's a naked baby riding a white horse. It's innocence, it's rebirth, it's renewal, it's fearless, right? It's completely vulnerable and open and joyous. And so this is a sard. This card is also like a big capital yes or confirmation to whatever's going on that month. It's like good, positive yes, right? So whatever, you know, stormy weather was happening in April and May, we're coming out of it come June, and it's like we're rising up, and it's very, very empowering energy. Okay. Let's get some clarifying cards. Pay attention to red flags. And again, this might be like, hey, pay attention to red flags because you're being asked to give something up that maybe you had hopes in, and maybe it will never deliver because it's never meant to be yours, or it's just never going to be right. And so pay attention to those. Don't force it to happen. You know, we can force things to happen. God will eventually just answer our prayers if we demand it so, but it doesn't mean that it's necessarily for us. And so we might get the manifestation, but we still won't have the fulfillment of the manifestation because it won't be satisfying, right? So pay attention to red flags. Confront them. Do something with them. Do not ignore them, though. Because part of the initiation of what was happening in April and May was to see if you were going to go back to your old patterns. And it's a chance for you to embody the new you, this new life, this new up level. And so we don't want to bring that old self into this current state. And so we really can't start our fresh new beginning until we are fresh and new. And we start again. So keep holding strong. We are still in creation phase 3. This is when it looks like nothing is going to work out. It looks like nothing is happening. It looks like even though we put it all on the line and we were honest and we were vulnerable and we took a chance and we took a risk, that it's all just going to like be for naught and blow up in our face. And it's this moment that we are being asked and urged to be strong, to be determined, to have faith, to have certainty, and to persist, right? This is teaching us persistence, endurance, determination, like not letting ourselves be defined by the conditions. We are being taught cause consciousness, not effect consciousness. And so when the winds of change and uncertainty and the in-between, the here and now is where we find our power. Because the past is gone and the future isn't here yet. And what we have is the power of God's love, which is now, which is being in this moment. So creation phase 3. It doesn't matter what the results are if we never get any results at all. We surrender because this, whatever we're doing, whatever we're putting our energy into, our heart and soul, like our God-given assignment, our mission, our purpose, we know that it's just the process that is doing its work on us. And we're not really responsible for the results. We're just responsible for showing up to work every day at this. So don't worry. The Creator may have you surrendering to not succeeding, and then you'll succeed. Because it's not required of you to succeed. Maybe the Creator needs you to fail and keep going, you know, and then you can have your success. But whatever it is, you're in this magic dark and you're not going to settle. You're going to hold out. You're going to believe in yourself, and you're going to believe in your vision, and you're going to believe the promise that was placed in your heart by divine. And you're going to keep going, and you're not going to give up. Because it's when we push through phase three, and we keep going in the face of darkness, in the face of failure, in the face of certain defeat, that's when the manifestation comes. That's when the blessing comes. Even if the vessel doesn't show up the way we want it to, all of that that love, that blood, sweat, and tears that we put into whatever this is being set aside for us. And it is going to be delivered with interest for all of our trouble. Don't you worry. Just let go of control. We're being asked to surrender and to have trust and to let the universe do its thing to move the parts and pieces the way they need to be moved. So you take yourself out of it for a minute, and the universe is going to follow the path of least resistance. So show your trust and enhance your magnetism by taking your hands off the wheel. Let Jesus take the wheel. And give it over to God. Source, I know you got this. Pray out loud and declare that all of this is taken care of and it's working itself out in accordance to your highest good, in accordance to the plan that God has for you. All you're doing is just showing up and trying to, like, put me where I need to be, stage manager of heaven. I'm here to serve. I'm here to be a channel of the light. So put me where you need me. Let go of control. Like, that is literally the answer to getting the desire, the fulfillment, is just letting go of control. Okay, one last clarifying card. Endings. That came up, it was in my finger. I had it and I was just like gonna put it back down. I'm like, no, this is the card. This is the card. Endings. We're at the completion of something, and there's something here that is more than likely been very dear to us. And there's just no more to be had there. There's no more evolution, no more expansion to come from it. And so it's an ending. And so the initiation here, the offering, is to really give that over to divine and accept it. And to let go of control and let the ending that needs to happen. And who knows what this is? It could be the ending of a pattern within yourself. It may not be a huge ending in your external life, but I have a feeling there's going to be some material representation of this thing. But it'll be the end of a pattern, a mindset, a belief about yourself, a level of showing up for yourself, a level of life that you're experiencing now, to open you up to something bigger, something greater, something of deeper and richer value. Okay, let's find out what our winged enchantment has to say. It's going to be a message from our bird friends. What bird messenger is going to be with us through June? Who needs to talk to us? Finch! Ooh. Oh, I love this. I love finches. And I love this woman who feels like the crone to me. 12. The number on this card is 12, if that's significant for you. All right. Finch. I am Finch, the diversity of experience. I am a million facets of reality. I am an eternal spectrum of color. I exist in myriad ways and bring the magic of alternatives. I am the high energy of restless anticipation. I am new direction and choice. I am your clue that it's time to switch things around and sample the flavors of life. Spice it up. Change the colors. Take the road never traveled. If you are stagnant, I will be there with opportunity. If you have seen it all before, I will change the landscape. Without change, everything stops. I am the millions of pathways you could take. I am the urge to try something new. I am the joy of a free and adventuresome way of life. I am the flurry of endless activity. You are ready to leave the comfort zone and mingle with new realities. You are abundant in curiosity. You are active in change. you are active change. You are blending experience. You are Finch. We are Finch. All right, you guys, I think that June is going to be a nice breath of fresh air. It's going to be a resolution and it's going to be a rebirth. And I think that it's going to give us, I think that like we're on the launch pad and it's like all systems go. I'm pretty excited. And I hope you are too. All right, y'all. Well, good luck out there. Godspeed. Ciao.